and we're gonna roll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Away with Words, the podcast. It's your girl Bree Stories.
It's a Talky.
And it's MJM Kid.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, we are so sorry to not have been here last week. We really do hope that you all missed us. I know that absence does make the heart grow fonder. And if you're feeling especially fond today, please make sure that you like, subscribe, review, rate, share, engage, y'all.
Word.
Because that's what this episode is kind of adjacent to. I'm in a space now where I need to manifest out loud, right? I love this show, this podcast so much. Like, it's such a beautiful thing to be a fan of a thing that you do and to be a part of. I could cry right now. Y'all know how I get.
Please.
But I'm such a fan. Like, literally, I turn the podcast on my TV all the time, and I'm like, this is such quality. It's such a good show. And I know that we're going to get to a place. I know we're going to get there. But right now, today, this episode, I want us to do a fantasy mailbag episode because that's one of my dreams. When I think about being a podcaster, especially Tati and I, because me and Tati always have we are very similar. We're very like-minded. And I think that you have really, really good logic. I have super good emotional intelligence. And I think that we give really good advice. And that's one of my dreams of just having just an influx of people asking us to support them and give them advice and telling us their business. So because we're not having that happen in real life, we're going to pretend. So I have a whole bunch of questions. Michael is going to keep us on task so that we don't, because I could do this all day, y'all.
All day.
But we're going to answer some questions, some people that are in distress. Some of them are kind of general, but some of them are kind of like,
are any of them
here's
real?
A story. Yeah, I got them off the internet. I'll tell.
Not like, I meant like real, like did somebody actually tell you?
No, that's what I'm saying. We're manifesting. It's a fantasy. But yeah, so I didn't even want to do that. I didn't want to open that can of worms because I get irritated with y'all when I say stuff online and y'all just be crickets. Like, y'all don't see me talking. That's kind of, why are you here? Why are you on my page? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Don't look at my story if you're not going to engage. It gets on my nerves, but whatever. Sending y'all love. So before we get into that, we should break some ice.
Yes. So, the question is, would you rather... I may have asked you guys this individually at different times, but I don't remember. But would you rather not have to work for a year and still get your same salary that you get paid now? And
not all don't make enough.
And not have to work for a year. Or for a year, get double your salary but working.
So if it is the job that I'm currently doing, I would absolutely work for a year and get double my salary. Because... hopefully ain't nobody that work there looking at this, but baby, it's been smooth sailing. When I tell you I don't be doing shit all day.
I love that.
It's really it's a blessing, y'all. So if I can do the same amount of work that I'm doing and make double what I make, hell yeah, I'll do that for a year. So I don't do shit no way.
Yeah, I feel like I need
Time.
the year off.
Yeah.
I feel like on a health and wellness standpoint,
Absolutely.
the year off will be way more valuable to like my lifespan. But I feel like logically, I would be like, I'm obviously gonna go to work and get paid double my salary because that literally seems unfathomable. Like double my fucking salary. Like I couldn't imagine getting like the paycheck and it being double like what I normally get. So yeah, I would obviously, if anything, I would like save my money. Like,
I was about to say you set yourself up so that you can still take a year off after that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't take a whole year, but I would take like
sabbatical.
Yeah, like I would be like, actually, guys, I'm not gonna come back for like 2 months.
Yeah.
Like something like that. Which is crazy because I'm in education, so we get random breaks like that.
Oh, yeah.
So they would be like,
You are in education.
Summer break?
Right. So you're going to take summer break.
Right
before summer break.
Right.
Yes.
You're like,
That's what I would
and
do.
then I'll see y'all in the fall.
Yeah.
Like literally leave in March.
Or not come back in the fall. Take my summer break and then I don't come back until like October.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
What about you, McGee?
Yeah, I'm doubling that sal.
Per.
I'm working, yeah.
Period. Yeah, I'm really on my money shit these days. I don't know if I talked about this here. I probably have because I've been really excited about it. But I made a budget for myself and a debt pay down plan, and we own that shit, y'all. Like,
Yeah, I love
I'm
it.
about that shit. Okay, let's check in.
Okay.
I'm so talky today. That's what that's what you do on the podcast. But I just love that. I love that I have this much energy. But anyway, physically, I'm gonna just go right.
Yeah, for sure.
Physically, I'm feeling. I am reawakening from a hangover because mama just doesn't get enough, does she? Emotionally, I'm in bliss right now. I really, really love doing this, y'all. It makes me so happy. My attention is currently on. To be honest, my attention is on something petty, and I'm saying this out loud so that I can retract my attention from it. I decided to go without foundation for a while, and I'm really nervous. Not that I'm not an attractive girl or that I'm ugly all of a sudden, but I'm nervous that I've depended on foundation so much that I'm gonna look back at this and be like, "Oh, girl, you need some makeup on,"
But you don't.
Thank you. And spiritually, I feel aligned spiritually.
Yeah, now it's me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Physically, I'm warm.
Mm-hmm.
Some things I'm drinking on.
Period.
Emotionally, lots of joy.
Mm-hmm.
To be back in this bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
My attention is on maybe some new job opportunities.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that.
Claiming it.
Yeah. And
Sorry,
then
I know this is.
spiritually,
This loud as you-
I am aligned as well.
Period.
As well.
Period. I'm gonna make a
Okay.
note of something. Go ahead.
Exclamation
So
point.
physically, I'm the exact opposite. I'm a little chilly because I don't know. I'm a little chilly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I don't know, it may just be mentally too. Something about like when my skin is exposed, like I just feel like I'm cold. Even like sometimes when I'm not. Like my mind.
I get that.
Yeah, like my mind just be like, oh, your skin's out. Like, so I
The
don't know.
elements.
But yeah, so physically I'm a little chilly. Emotionally, I feel a lot of appreciation in this moment for my team and my friends. I be feeling like I've been going through a time, and I do not be feeling like doing that. Like every time, like when I'm getting ready to come, and be like, I do not feel like doing this. Like I really be like, but when I actually get here, I'm always like, it's always happy, it's always fun. Like I always love being here and love doing what we do. So I just appreciate that this is that type of space.
I love
like,
that.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my attention is on summer. And spiritually, I feel blessed.
Period. Okay, let's get into this mailbag. I feel like, oh girl, I thought I lost it.
Look at your face. You're so excited. You was like,
I thought I had lost it. Okay, so the first one. How do I tell my children their hamsters are gay?
Ooh.
Our hamsters are both men, and our kids are asking why they cuddle so much. How do I explain this to children?
I really don't. I think somebody needs to explain it to them first. Like I don't know if that
Right.
makes them gay. I don't know if
Yeah, what the hell?
I don't, because I don't
Just get
understand.
offended.
First of all, I can explain things that I don't understand. So I don't know what these parents do for jobs. I don't know, or if they spend a lot of their time looking into like animals and their psyche or things that hamsters do. But that could be, and when I first heard that talking about they cuddle a lot, I thought it was like a baby thing. Like, you know how
Yeah.
infants, like when they're
Twins.
twins and stuff, yeah, well, just like they cuddle like for warmth and for love and for stimulation and stuff. It's
Yeah.
not, like
Sexual.
a romantic. Yeah, so I'm
Right.
like, I think the parents are
How do I
turning it into a
explain-
thing. What do you
Yeah.
mean? How do I
Exactly.
explain to them? Just say they're boys so they can't have babies.
Yeah.
But it's not like, you don't have to be like, look, I think they're gay, honey.
Right.
Like, I think they're making it a thing.
How
I
extreme.
think you just say to them that what those hamsters do is what they do, and it's not their business, which is the same thing that we would say if we are talking about humans. If you have to explain to your child that people are gay, it's always a good idea to just remind your children to mind their business, too. It don't got nothing to do with you, Billy. Let your hamsters cuddle.
Yeah.
I don't think they're bothered that they cuddle.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, you don't have to define what they're doing.
Right.
You can just let them be. They're not bothering anybody.
Yeah, but I don't know, because they're hamsters. I don't know.
Maybe they are bothering
like,
you?
I don't know. No, I mean,
Oh.
my
You're
I
like, what
don't
if it is?
know.
Right.
It's a hamster. I don't know what they're doing. I can't
You're
explain
right.
this to you. Like,
You're
I
right.
don't know.
You're right. I mean, I'm sure we can look online and see, like.
That's why I said, like,
that's the
I don't
thing.
know if these are parents that have done their research to know that
Right.
that does mean that they are gay. You know,
Right.
like, that's why I was like, I don't know.
I spend a lot of time on
but-
TikTok, and I've learned that there are animals that are not susceptible to, like it's a susceptible to homosexuality. That sounds crazy, but they are prone to same-sex relationships. Certain animals.
Yeah. I'm
But
happy for
anywho,
them.
let's move on. Blessings, parents. This one is called I Accidentally Gave My Mother-in-Law Shroom Chocolates. 2 days ago, my mother-in-law used the bathroom, and while in there, she saw what she thought was a delicious Lindt chocolate bar poking out of my toiletry bag. Unable to resist, she ate about a fourth of the bar, correctly thinking I wouldn't mind if it was my chocolate, as I am always willing to share. My mother-in-law has a panic attack on the come-up, has no idea what was happening, and thought she was having a heart attack. She calls an ambulance while the rest of us are out of the house and checks herself into the hospital. Eventually, after much panic and drama and fear, we figured out what has happened. My mother-in-law is rattled, having never done drugs, but she's perfectly fine. But now everyone is angry with me. What should I do?
Why would you go snipping through my stuff?
Period. Let's address that. I mean, obviously she did make it clear that her mother-in-law was correct in thinking that it wouldn't be a big deal, that if I have something, and we just have that type of relationship where you know that you could just take something out of my bag,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
But I think that you look at everybody and you say, let's all be reasonable here.
Yeah.
What does this have to really do with me? It is not that I gave it to her. It's not like I was like, these aren't drugs. You should try it. Like, you should
didn't
not
trick
like,
anybody.
right. I didn't lie. I didn't deceive anyone. What I choose to do recreationally with drugs is my business, and she should have minded her business.
Yeah.
She won't
I'm
snoop through that stuff no more. No,
Yeah,
that.
I'm assuming since it's her mother-in-law,
There has to be some
that
good chocolate for you
her
tonight.
partner, I don't know, whoever is
The mother-in-law's child.
Yeah, like whoever that child, I'm assuming their husband or wife knows that you have, the
Right.
shrooms or that you do this or whatever. So
Ooh.
to me,
That would change it, though. What if nobody knew that you was recreationally doing shrooms?
and that's
isn't a
my
big
to
deal,
me
but-
my only explanation that I would think of trying to talk to anybody about is like my partner,
right.
and so so if my partner knows about this, then I don't even have nothing to say to him, really, because like you said, I didn't do anything.
I didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
I didn't do
Exactly.
anything. So you're mad at a unfortunate situation that occurred, but I personally didn't do anything. Now, if my partner doesn't even know that I do drugs, then I might
it's a
have
bigger
to,
conversation.
now
Yeah.
we can sit down and talk about that. But I still didn't do anything to your mama.
No, I think that if people are, if the people in your family are insistent upon being angry at you for this, I think you need to just ride this out and ignore them, because you can apologize for like, I'm sorry that happened, but it really doesn't have anything to do with you and you didn't do anything wrong.
Unless there are people that are looking at it like, this is not even allowed in my home, type of thing. Like,
It
why
sounded
would
like
you
the
even
mother-in-law was in
bring-
their home.
Well, she said her toiletry bag, so I don't know.
Yeah, she did say
Right.
toiletry
I
bag.
was
yeah.
envisioning
Right.
like they were staying with the
You're
mom,
right,
with the
right.
mother-in-law.
Yeah.
So unless they're going at it from the viewpoint of
Why
why
are you
would
even
you
bring
bring
this to my
drugs in
house?
my
Right.
house? Like, this is
Yeah.
not allowed here. This is not okay. So if they're taking that route with it,
Yeah.
then I can see me maybe being more
That might make it a more layered
apologetic.
conversation.
Yeah, like
for
I'm
sure.
more like, okay.
Well, girl, keep your head up, okay?
Yeah.
Or keep it down. I'm just kidding.
Okay, my mom wants to steal her dead ex-boyfriend's ashes. My mom's first love died recently. The plan for his remains is for them to be cremated and then for his current wife to keep them in an urn. My mom wants to take some of his ashes from the urn and to then take them to their old spot and scatter them, assuming she can do so without alerting his family and thus adding to their pain. She thinks it will help her mourn and that it will not do any harm to him or his family, especially since she will do it only if she can be sure they will not find out. I think it is disrespectful to his remains and that if he wanted his ashes to be scattered someplace special, he would have talked about it with his wife. Should I stop her? Is this a strange but okay reaction to the death of someone important to her, or should I encourage her to seek other ways to mourn?
Stealing?
We're talking about theft.
Call the police.
It's like
Call the
that
police in the worst form of theft.
That is
I can see.
Yeah, that is.
I wouldn't even encourage this, but I can see it better if your mom was like, I'm about to call his wife.
Exactly.
And I'm about to explain to her that this hit me really hard and just kindly ask her if I can have some. Like, I would still look at her and be like, don't do that to that man's wife. I would still say don't do that.
Right.
But that makes more sense. How are you going to, undetected,
in their home?
Still? How do you know?
My thing is, even if it is undetected, though, say for some strange reason she is able to
I picture like
break
a cat
into
burglar,
this woman's
like,
home
in all black.
while everybody's out, steal the ashes, no one ever knows. Even if you are able to pull
It's
that
kinda
off,
sick.
it's very sick.
Yeah.
Something's like something is really wrong, and it is extremely disrespectful. It's extremely disrespectful to his family and to his wife and kids or whoever who are all thinking that my father's in this vase and like, or in this, urn, whatever, like thinking that he's all inside of here, but some crazy woman actually snuck in and took a tablespoon. Like, no.
I don't want you to say tablespoon.
That's what she would do, though. So I think
like,
you don't know how much she's taking.
No, yeah, that is. So the advice is tell your mother to knock it the fuck off.
Literally go seek
and
help.
if she really want, like, I might have to call the authorities.
Yeah.
You're wild.
Because she says, no, I'm doing it. I'm like, well, I'm calling the police.
Yeah, like, cause you're
I'm about to call this lady. I'm about to call this man's wife and let her know. Like,
yeah,
girl.
like, cause you're wild.
Okay, so I am on honey.9.com.au, right? That's where this is all coming from. These people are Australian, I believe. I would like to move on to another site, but before I do, I want to do one more, and I want you to choose. Here are the titles. 1, I'm in love with my fraternal twin. 2, my husband calls his parents mommy and daddy. Or 3, my brother's drunk girlfriend stole my birthday cake.
What do you want us to figure out? What?
Just choose one of those 3.
My brother's drunk girlfriend stole the birthday cake.
Okay. My roommate got me an expensive cake. She was handing out slices when Emily pushed her over and tried to take a huge slice for her son. I stopped Emily and told her to take a smaller slice since the cake was very rich. Then I put the rest of the cake back in the fridge. I told my brother he needed to get a handle on the situation, but he just told me to chill. When they left, only my brother said situation. When they left, only my brother said goodbye to us. Then my boyfriend looked in the fridge and noticed that my cake was gone. I was pissed off and ran after my brother. They were still in the parking lot trying to buckle up the kid. I went up to Emily and demanded she give me back my cake. First, she said she didn't know what I was talking about. Then I saw the cake box on the back seat and told my brother to give it back. Emily swore I had given it to her because cake is for kids. I called her a liar. So this isn't particularly asking us for advice.
Yeah, they're just telling you a story.
I think you need to push your fucking hands on this lady.
What's up all these thieves?
I would fight my brother too, though. Like, I would smack him too, because the cake is in the back seat. Why would you let her do this? Why would he, and you know damn well I didn't let her take it because I pulled you to the side and said I need you to get a handle on the situation because she wanted a big slice. So you thought that after me refusing to even let her have a big slice of cake, that I allowed her to take the whole box.
Right.
Like, so I would probably smack my brother.
Yeah.
And then fight her.
I just don't understand, like, what would possess somebody to take someone else's cake in front of your kid. What kind of example are you setting? First of all,
son, you gonna do this?
Stop it.
I've gone successfully at least 3 months without baby boy infiltrating my life. I hate when it happens. But no, yeah, I would probably curse her the fuck out. At in the least, I'm cursing her the fuck out.
And I gotta look at
And
my
give
niece
me
or my
my
nephew. Like, I don't know about you either.
Right.
Like, cause y'all was all in this together.
Right.
Y'all all like made this plan together. Like,
the way she made it sound, it didn't even seem like it was the brother's son, cause she said her son.
oh.
So.
And then she
I
said,
really don't
strapping
give a fuck
the kid
about you.
in.
You're not even my nephew. You're not even.
And then she said, strapping the kid in.
Okay, so I lied. I want to do one more from this site before we move on to the next one.
All right.
I think my husband is trying to poison me.
Okay.
I suspect he's putting something in my coffee. I notice it smells funny, and when I drink it, my eyes get super puffy and swollen. I suspect he's also adding stuff to my lotions and bath products, which created brown discolorations on my skin. I've now switched to drinking tea, have left decoy shampoos and skin products in the bathroom, and have hidden my good products. My hair and skin improved almost overnight. Last month, I purchased a small camera and hid it in the bathroom, but I think he discovered it and deleted the files. So I moved it to a new location.
You're married to a criminal.
So I moved it to a new location, and he put something in front of the lens. I need help. I've been married to this man for 11 years. I don't know what to do. I'm freaked out.
Slap him in his damn face. Say, what is
Girl,
you trying to
get
do to me?
There. Get out of there. Get out of there. I don't give a fuck how long you've been married to him. Get out of there. But also, have you tried asking him?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Have you been like, hey, my love, I've noticed these things about these products. Do you know anything about that? And just gauge his response. Because if he says no, and it's just like a straight no, then maybe give it a little time. But if he gets defensive or like tries to divert or something like that, girl, get out of there.
Yeah.
I'm not letting any abuser know that like I'm on to them in any type of way, because I feel like that's just going to trigger even more psychopathic behavior.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I feel like you tried to do it on the low, like with the camera or whatever. And so my thing is, if you know for a fact that he actually found the camera, right, that is the proof. So if he found the camera and then deleted files, then found the second camera and put something in front of it, but he's not confronting you and saying like, what the fuck are you doing with these cameras? Like,
right, that's true.
This is your like confirmation. I don't even know what else are you waiting for.
Yeah, I divert.
Everybody's weird, because if I came home and found cameras that I didn't know about or didn't like,
what is this?
Yeah, like I would be leaving you. You wouldn't even get to leave, because I would be like, what is wrong with you? Like, what are you trying to spy on me? And if that's not his reaction, that's because he knows he's doing something. So yeah, I would definitely just get out of Dodge.
You're right, Tati. I retract my statement. Get out of there.
Yeah, get out of there.
No questions asked, no conversations. Okay, next. So these ones are like a little bit more general, kind of just like not really story based. This is called thegoodtrade.com, and this is on their good question page. So these are just questions for advice. How do I tell someone that they're getting in their own way? I think you say that.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I'm listening to some of my favorite podcasts who do like advice stuff, a lot of times the answer is literally that. Like, how do I tell my friend da 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 da? You say that. You say the thing. Especially if it's people that you care about. The more you try to like create like some rainbow flowy way to say it, the less direct you're being. And honestly, if that's somebody that you care about, you owe it to them to be as honest with them as you could be. So exactly how you said it, literally. And I think that the premise is very an underrated tool. I think that you can say to people up front, hey, this makes me really uncomfortable to bring this up to you, or hey, I really hope that you don't take this the wrong way. I mean this with well intentions. I mean this with love, but I kind of have the feeling that you're getting in your own way sometimes, and I just want to see you do better. And is there anything I can do to support you as we do that?
Exactly. There it is, just like that.
Agreed.
Okay. How do I cope with a never-ending to-do list?
I don't know.
One
I
step
think
at a
you
time.
take breaks. I think you give yourself as many breaks as you can handle. I think that when you have a long list of things that you have to do, it's very easy for you to tell yourself that you don't deserve a break until you get either all of it done or a certain amount of it done. And I think the first step is getting that out of your head immediately. As I know that this is a privileged thing to say because not everybody has the opportunity to do this in this way. But when your body calls for a break, if you have the opportunity to, take it right then and there. I don't give a fuck what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're doing. Like, if your body is saying, child, we are exhausted, or also just really pay attention to your body. If you are a person who's like, your shoulders are always tensed up, or like me, I hold my stress in my ass cheeks for some reason. My ass cheeks are always clenched.
Yeah.
It's annoying because I'll be scared that I'm going to get those dimples. You know, those people
Oh,
be,
yeah.
I don't want my ass to look like that.
Exactly.
So I'll be having to remind myself, like, oh,
Loosen
take
up
a
those
deep breath.
cheeks, girl. Loosen
You
up
know,
those
but like,
cheeks.
take some moments as you're doing whatever it is that you're doing and just stop and be like, okay, how am I feeling? What is my body telling me? If your body is tense, it's giving stress. It's giving you need some rest. Take the rest.
Yeah, I think it also depends on like why is it never ending? Like, is it never ending because you don't do any of them?
Is all that shit necessary?
Like, or is it never ending? Because if it's never ending because you won't do anything, then start taking it step by step and just start doing one thing.
That's true.
And
That's
you
what
know,
I'm
like
saying.
to
That's what I
start
said.
lowering the list. Like,
That's
but if
true.
it's never
Step at a
ending
time.
because stuff is just gonna keep coming up, it's
'Cause
life.
yeah.
Then it's like you have to come to the conclusion that there's nothing you can do about it, and it's
Yeah.
still the same process, though, day by day.
Absolutely. Good. My friendship is draining me. How do I break up with a friend? Somebody else take this one.
Stop talking to him. Like, I
Seriously.
don't. No, seriously.
I'm about to say, you wouldn't do that to me if all of a sudden I just was like an insufferable friend. I'm kind of insufferable.
I know somebody going through that. So.
I don't know.
Give them some advice.
And then
I'll
like,
tell
it depends on like, but it's like why? It's like, are you becoming insufferable because of you? Like, I'm starting to not like you, or am I going through something? And it's like, so I'm just in a space where I can't handle you right now for some reason. I think that depends. If it's because I'm starting to like pay attention to my friend and I'm like, I don't like her. Like, I think I'm lying, but I'm seeing, you know, the person she's becoming, and I don't like her vibe, I don't like her energy, I don't like her goals, I don't like her ideals. Like, if it's that, then
Everything about you.
I may truly just sit softly, like float away. Like it may not. I don't even think I would have a conversation like a real, because it's not gonna be like oh, I don't fuck with you, so we can never talk again. It's not. It wouldn't be that type vibe. It's just me pulling away. I'm just stepping back. So it would, I think, just become a gradual over time. We just drift apart. We float away from each
cool.
other. If it's me, I would have a
But what if that doesn't
conversation.
happen, though? What if you stop reaching out to me and I'm reaching out to you, and then I'm sitting you down all of a sudden being like, I'm really sick of you. This is a one-sided friendship. You never reach out to me. Then a formal breakup would have to happen. You would have to say.
Well, yeah. If it becomes that, if I'm just slowly not returning phone calls sometimes, or like not going to all the things, but you're still just every single day, where you at? Then yeah, it would force me to have to flat out say, like, I would just say, like, I think we both grown. I think we both outgrown each other, you know, and I think that we would be better off, you know, having some space. That's probably what I would have to say.
I would suggest too, though, to make it about you and not about both of y'all, because if you said that to me, I would be like, you don't get to fucking talk for me, bitch. I have not grown shit. Like, then I'm gonna be mad.
Right.
So you could. I do think that saying that is. I think that could be helpful. I think actual breakups with friendship are helpful, though, especially because I do think that society puts a lot of value on romantic connections, and we have all of these tools and all of this advice and tools and resources on like how to navigate relationships in your romantic spaces, and what to do if this happens and what to do if that happens. But we don't seem to put the same amount of care into our friendships sometimes. So I do think that if I felt like a real actual friend of mine was really just starting to drain me like that, and I knew for a fact that I did not want to be their friend anymore, I would feel like I owed it to them to have an actual formal conversation about that rather than drift, just because I just want to give the same courtesy to my friends that I would, because you can't do that to your boyfriend, you know? Like, I would have to tell my boyfriend, like, hey, we breaking up because of this, and this. So I would want to do that to my friends, too.
Well, don't do it to me. Just
Talk about what? Don't do it to me.
just get out of my life. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, is that the advice that you would give your friend, Michael?
I know. Oh
Not-
yeah.
No.
Yeah. No.
You're
Yeah.
like, actually, I told her that she should beat her ass.
I think it's a little bit of both of what both of y'all said. Depends on the friendship for
Yeah.
one, and then make it more about what you're feeling and see how they react. And if they're like, well, no, I want this. I'm like, well, I just don't think this is the right time.
Yes.
And we can come back to this if we need to. We can regroup. But
This
I need
is-
space. I think you probably need good space.
Yeah. You could benefit from space.
Exactly.
Yeah. This makes me sad. I'm 5 feet tall. Will I ever be taken seriously?
Yes, for sure.
Of course you will.
Yeah. By
Absolutely.
who? Taken seriously by who? What did it mean? Like, yeah. That's why I'm like, what do you
I
mean?
thought you
like,
were saying by who. I thought you were saying to us by
No.
who. I was
no,
like, be nice.
no. I'm saying, I'm just wondering, do they feel like not taken seriously in the world, just in a general sense?
Or in the
Are
workplace?
they speaking like,
Right.
romantically, business, like
Yeah.
I'm wondering
I
where
read
are
it
they
as
seeking?
romantic, but I don't know. They could
Oh,
be,
like
it
if
could
it's a
just be-
man that's 5 feet or
Yeah,
something?
it could be societal though, just like in the world, like niggas always trying to play me because I'm fucking short. You know,
Yeah.
it could just be that. I think that emphasis on self-worth and confidence is really important, no matter how you look.
Yeah,
So
for
like,
sure.
you got to tell yourself all of the things that
I'm 7 feet tall.
and not even not
Or
even
not
that
even.
though. Not even that. Like all of the things that you do like about. So if you're not in a space, because I'm not gonna tell you to love your height if you don't love your height, right?
Yeah, that's real.
But the things that you do like about yourself, emphasize that shit every day. Tell yourself like, man, I got a dope ass smile. Like my teeth are gorgeous. I have beautiful fucking eyes. I'm so nice. I'm so kind to people. Like really emphasize the things that you do like about yourself, so that you can become more confident. Because confidence is key, and also people can gravitate to confidence. Like
That's
it
also
can
that
be a
confidence
nigga,
got to be
you
7 feet
walk in a
tall.
house, yeah, you walk in a house, you walk in a house party, and it's niggas in there that's fucking 6'5" or whatever. But like, if they corny or like not saying much, I'm gonna be more interested in the person that kind of walk in with some swag about them. That kind of,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who are you
I
thinking
feel like,
about?
in short, when you start taking yourself seriously,
Yeah,
is when other people are going to take yourself
Key,
seriously.
exactly.
So if
Yeah.
you're still waiting around, when you start, like you said, start walking out into the world and you're not taking yourself as a joke or not feeling bad about yourself, that's when everybody else will too. That's when they'll jump
I
on
agree.
board.
That's a good one, Tots.
Yeah.
This one says, should I date someone who is not of my faith?
That's up to you, baby.
I think it depends on what your faith is and how strict you are in the beliefs and in the religion. I think that's a case by case basis.
Yeah, I think that the misalignment a lot of times with religion is that y'all. I'm not trying to like judge, but a lot of people of certain religions have a habit of aligning themselves just to the religion and not to the core values of that religion. Because if you focus on those things, you can find people of different religious backgrounds who have the same exact values as you. It doesn't mean that your morals and ethics are any different.
Yeah.
Just because one of you is Christian and somebody else is Buddhist, or or even atheist, to be honest. Like if you have somebody in your life who your values align, that's really all that matters. All that other shit is like, girl, we all gonna get to heaven and God gonna be like, didn't nobody tell y'all to be down there stupid like that? I didn't tell you to do that. It don't even say that in the book.
I only
Like,
think
come
of
on.
religion being a problem with me if somebody's religion prohibits them from doing certain things that I
Like
do.
eating pork.
Yeah, or like
Yeah, that's right.
certain religions don't celebrate certain holidays.
Yeah.
And I do. I celebrate all the
All of them.
holidays. So I
Exactly.
feel
And we
like,
gonna have a party.
and then when you think about having kids and then how you're gonna raise your kids, I think that's where like the issue comes when I said about how strongly you believe in your religion and how much you follow it. Like, are you
Right.
following it to a T? Like they say that we don't do Christmas, we don't do
Right.
birthdays, we don't do this, we don't do that. And I
Right.
would be like, well, I can't have no kids with you because
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
doing
I'm not
all
gonna
those
do you.
things.
Right.
I'm not doing you.
So
But
it's like
the
that's
same
when
thing
it
as the
comes.
values, though, because we
Yeah.
value holidays and celebration. I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll make it too hard. Yeah, do that shit. I'm assuming you're a woman. I
Yeah.
shouldn't assume that. Okay, let's find another one. How much time we got, Michael?
Like a good 5.
Oh wow. Okay. Some of these are getting a little
Fantastic.
crazy. How can I feel more confident when discussing sex?
Are you confident in your sex life?
That's a very good question. That's a very good follow-up.
Yeah, I think that's almost the same as the guy being like, when am I going to be taken seriously?
Yeah.
And I think you can't sound more confident until you're confident. So, like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
true.
there's, like a trick or you can be like, well, this is what you do. Well, you have spoken about, like, how your, like a kind of defense mechanism you had was that you would be like, you felt like you had to be like the hoe or like be so open to any and everything because it was like kind of like a defense mechanism. Because I was about to be like, you can't fake confidence, like, or fake,
Sure can.
but like you can, but you
Yeah.
still won't actually be confident. Like you just have to find
But in all
what you're
actuality,
comfortable in.
but in all actuality, sometimes that is one place where the fake it till you make it thing does actually kind of work. Because in those spaces, even though I've been able to kind of untether myself and kind of see deeper, like why I would do certain things and why I talk the way that I talk, I am a confident person. You know, like all of that stuff has kind of made me confident. So now I just have the knowledge and the acceptance of self, I would say, that helps me to be like, you don't have to be the loudest one in here talking about ass eating and stuff. Like, you don't have to do that. You know, you don't always have to be that girl in the group. But I know that I can be. I know that it's fun. Having sex is my favorite topic.
And I feel like you have to be comfortable in whatever space you fit on that spectrum. You know, it doesn't have to be, the confidence doesn't have to come from because you're so well versed in the topic or you've done all the things and you know all the what's it called? All the positions and you know like it doesn't, the confidence doesn't come from that. Like the confidence just comes from you
Knowing
being
you.
self-aware and knowing like where you're at and what you like and what you have or what you haven't done. You can have a conversation about how I never did nothing.
Right.
You know, like I'm actually still a virgin. Like, but let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You know,
that's fun too.
That's where the
That's
confidence
fun,
comes
too.
from. Just being cool with, me and Bree have often talked about in the past, not sex wise, but like our appearance wise or getting dressed wise, being like, I'm confident sometimes in being unconfident. Like I'm confident in not giving a fuck type thing. It's not that I'm necessarily confident all the time because I'm walking in a space like I'm the baddest bitch in this room.
Right.
I'm confident because I don't care.
Self-assured.
Like, yeah, like I'm just like, I don't care.
I know
I
who
don't
I
care if
am.
everybody that I know I'm meeting for this brunch is about to be in heels and dressed down head to toe. I'm still coming in a jogging suit.
Period. That's
I'm
really
coming
true.
in a jogging suit too.
I want to do one last question because I like this question. Is this legs and hips and body?
No, that wasn't.
Oh, I was about to
God,
say, I
no.
never want to hear that again.
I never want to hear that again.
I haven't heard it once.
Please don't.
I never have the sound on when I see the video.
It's so
I
stupid.
never have the
Let's get
sound
'em,
on.
girls. Sorry. See, now I done got started. Okay, last question. How can I open myself up to vulnerability when I'm afraid of getting hurt?
Yeah, I don't know, girl.
I mean,
Or boy.
You got to find that person who makes you feel that way, right?
I don't think so. I think that vulnerability is
You don't?
I think that vulnerability is valuable in all
Really?
spaces.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think that it has to be a thing that you like only put in the box of like with my intimate romantic partner.
Well, not even that. Just like people in general.
Oh,
who
true,
make you
true,
feel
true,
that
true,
way.
True. But I think that the way that I'm reading the question is like, because you can feel vulnerable and still not express vulnerability. And I think that a lot of people have blockages there.
Yeah.
And one thing that I would tell you is one way that you can work your way up to being more comfortable with that is continuing to remind yourself that it's always worth it, even if you do get your feelings hurt.
Yeah.
It's always worth it to have been your most authentic, and we really rob ourselves of our authenticity by being like, let me not expose that or share that. You know, it's and we rob ourselves of like really connecting with people. Like that's what connects people to people. Like really. It's not like the shallow shit. Like it's not really, you know, even like all my straight male friends, like they don't do shit but play 2K all day, but it's the moments where they have had to cry together or, you know, deal with death together and things like that. Those are the things, that's the reason why they call them every day to play 2K. It's not just, you know, like that was why those people are connected and like they become your core people, because our brains are wired to search for safety, and my brain will give me signals of safety when someone shares with me, and vice versa. Right. So if you come to me and you are vulnerable with me, my brain is like, oh, this is safe. I can do that too. So imagine how much better the world would be if we all did that for each other.
That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the only way I'm not typically a very vulnerable person or a very like emotionally vulnerable person. So when I am very vulnerable with people, it is because I feel like time has proven that this is a safe space. You know, I don't typically lead with that. But I do think that it's important for people to know that it is okay that if you do lead with that, if you do go into spaces where you look at it as like a innocent until proven guilty type of situation where it's like, I have no reason not to be vulnerable with you because I just met you. You know, like I can be, you know, open and free and as trusting as like I want to be because you haven't done anything yet. But vulnerability doesn't have to be synonymous with lack of logic or like stupidity or something like that. You know, people look at vulnerability as like you're being stupid, and it's like it doesn't have to be that. Like you can still see the red flags or, you know, learn as you're gonna be like, okay, let me get out of this because you don't deserve, you know, all this like, all this emotional goodness I have going on here. So you can still get out of Dodge, you know, like when you see the red flags. You don't have to stick around. So.
And it's also about knowing that what people do with your vulnerability is on them. Like, so if somebody mismanages your trust, that don't make you stupid. It doesn't make you anything. It just means that person did that thing, and now you know
just
whether or not that person
out of Dodge
when
it happens,
or just adjust, because there are other people, there are
lots
spaces where I know there are spaces that we have where it's like I love people, but I know this isn't a particular person that I will have this type of conversation.
Exactly.
So you just learn to navigate people where it's like, I still love you, I think you're a great person, but I know that this isn't my such and such friend. Like when I need these particular things, I go to these people.
Right.
So it's just about, you know, you compartmentalizing people as you need to for your health and survival.
Yeah, put me everywhere.
Period.
Yep.
Well, thank y'all so much for this. This made me so happy. If you do have any questions or topic suggestions, please make sure that you hit us up. You can email us at askawaywithwords@gmail.com. I promise to check our email. I know I be tweaking. But yes, you can do that. And you can also follow us where we can be followed, and you absolutely can follow us at Away with Words, the podcast.
Yeah.
Did what the fuck I had to do. Got our page back.
We're back.
You can follow me there at Bree.stories, and you can follow me on Twitter at Bree_stories, and you can follow at @Tati on Instagram and at Hey Tati on Twitter. And you need to be following, I know you all know this, at MJMKid and at moments_stu, because you just should. It's really fun over there, y'all. We really appreciate you, and we're gonna see you next week. Everybody say bye.
Bye.